Hi, it's Ray Mills, your VBA craftsman. In this brief video, I'm going to take you through how to use an if statement and a for next loop. So, let's begin with talking about what we have here. These are key performance indicators for a plumbing business. So, for example, the total house calls for the first quarter of 2018 were 1,226. After they complete a house call, each customer is emailed a questionnaire with categories of potential complaints. And this is what came back for the first quarter. And you'll see 9.3% or 114 people responded with a criticism, which is not bad considering that if you flip that around, you'll say roughly 91% liked the service they got or didn't bother to respond. Okay? So the owner wants to tag anything that's above 2% with a highlighted in red, so he knows it's an area that he wants to work on. Okay, and we're happy to do that. We're going to do it with a little VBA. You could use conditional formatting, but this makes for a very good example. Okay, so over on the right, I have a VBA program started. You could see we go to C9 to start. C9 is the first real statistic that we're looking at. And we're going to continue down till we hit row 15, which is the end, and we stop, right? So we're going through here, and we're going to highlight those that are above 2%. Now, how do we do that? So we say, tab, if active cell dot value is greater than or equal to 0.02, then do something, right? And let's close our if statement with an end if. That's what you have to do. If. Cool. Okay, and what are we going to do here? We're going to say if it's greater than active cell dot value. No, active cell interior, I'm sorry. Interior, I-N-T-E, interior dot color equals 255. Okay. I know that because I happen to know the 255 because I've done it for a while. And we want to add an else, E-L-S. In this case, we're going to do nothing, right? The reason that you put an else in, even though you don't need it, is that by doing that, you're considering, okay, what are we going to do if you consider that, what are we going to do if it's not above 2%, right? So in this case, we decide to do nothing, right? So let's test our code. I'm going to step through that first time, right? And we run it by hitting this button or hitting F5. And we step through it by hitting F8, bam. We travel to C9, and we're going through the first one's not. The second one is above 2%. And what do you know? It's working. Bam. Go to the end, and we're done. Oops, we went one step too far. Okay. So, that looks pretty good, but I'd like to do a better job than just what was asked for. And I'd say anything above approaching 2%, right? I'd like to highlight it in yellow, you know, like an amber alert, so to speak, or a yellow alert that's getting towards the problem area, right? So we're going to add something to our if statement. So first, as it stands now, it says if this is greater than, if the active cell value is greater than 2%, then make it red. So, but if we change it and we add in another line and we say else if, and we can use the same. We can steal this from up here. Else if it's greater than, let's just say 1.8%, right? That's 0.18. We're going to do something, right? Let's change the color to, say, yellow. Okay, so we'd say yellow. I happen to have looked it up, 65535, right? And then finally, if it's not either of those, then I want to make it green for it's fine, right? So green is 528 7936. So let's see what it does now. Let's run it. And look, it's working perfectly. Now, the way that I got the colors was I just recorded a macro, and you'll see down here, I left it for you. So here's your yellow. I knew the red. And here's your yellow, and here's your green, right? And it's working perfectly, right? So that's what that simple bit of recording macros helps you learn something. If you don't have to go look it up you don't have to Google it, which would waste time. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this, but wait a minute. I've got several rows that I want to do, right? So how would I do that, right? Well, let's do this. So we're at the current row. So if we said we wanted to do these ones that will offset 2, 4, and 6, well, let's see, 2, 4, 6. And I don't want to do the average because that's not going to get what we want. So I only want to do 2, 4, and 6. I want to do it for those guys, okay? So for x, now we didn't really do this, but let's do this. Let's declare x. Dim x as integer. Okay. Now we can use it, right? You should always declare your variables, and truthfully, you should say at the top. You should always say option explicit. The reason that you do that is if something's a variable, you might have something wrong with the code. This will help you spot it. This way, you know all your variables are. It's kind of forced to declare them, make sure you understand what they are and what's going on. For x equals to 0 to, what are we going to do? 2, 4, 6. 2 to 6, 0 to 6. But we want to say step 2 because we're going to skip every other one. And down here, we're going to say next x, right? I'm going to tell you what this is. X, okay. So what this says, this for loop is saying for x equals 2 to 6, but we're stepping by 2. So we'll do 0, and we'll do 2, and then we'll do 4, and then we'll do 6, right? So now we want to change these, right? We want to say, every time it says active cell value, we want to say active cell offset x, 0, x dot value. Okay, what that's going to say is, and we might have to move it over to see it a little more. Okay, so what's that saying is, in this case, this first one, when it runs through and it's 0, it's going to say the current, basically no offset, right? Offset 0, 0 is nothing. It's the current cell. So we'll do this row. Then when it goes through the next one, it will say offset 0, 2, which should look at this one. So let's see how that works. But first, I have to add these all into any place that says active cell. So all I can do is just go here. Oh no, I didn't do that right. I'm sorry. Let me copy that. It's Control C, and look down here and say Control V. V. Same here. V. Control here. V. And Control here. All right. So basically, what it's doing is it's saying, I'll make this a little bigger for you to see. What it's saying is for x equals 0 to 6, step by 2. So the first one, like I said, it'll just do that first column, just like we did it, because 0, 0 is no offset. The next one should be 0, 2, which is 2 columns over. So let's give it a shot and see if it does it. What do you know? Looks pretty good, right? It did what we wanted it to do. So all that's pretty easy. Nothing much difficult here. And like I said, I did change the color on a few cells while I was recording a macro to get the colors. But you could also look them up in Google. So that's about it. And if you enjoy these videos, you could swing by my website at www.excelandvbacraftsman.com, where I have lots of tips and interesting master classes. Thank you.